Waiting periods, that's just to give for a political talking point because, as you and I know, waiting periods really don't work because the only people that abide by them are the law-abiding. Turns out criminals really don't care because, when they pick up a gun from Jojo down the street, doesn't make them wait at all as long as they've got cold hard cash.
Well, and on top of that too, if you think of like mass shootings, for example, the people who commit mass murder generally don't do it in a fit of pique. They don't like get mad and then immediately run to the gun store to buy a gun to take out their frustrations. They plot and
they
plan this stuff out for weeks, months, even years. You remember that crazy kid in California? Was it Santa Cruz or Santa Clara? The crazy kid who was his diaries were all about girls rejecting him, and even though he was rich and drove fancy cars, and he drove around, he ran over people, and then he shot people in 2 or 3 different locations.
I think, was that Santa Barbara?
Maybe it's Santa Barbara, or maybe was Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara was the one where the two muzzies.
That was San Bernardino.
Oh, that was San Bernardino. God, I get them confused. There's too many sands in California.
There are. I'm glad that I'm less confused in life now that I no longer live there.
So maybe it was Santa Barbara. But in any event, it turns out that the gun that he used, right, he had multiple guns. So he'd passed 10-day waiting periods in addition to the background checks before committing his shooting spree. So waiting periods are this silly idea that somehow people who commit gun crime do it on a whim when most of the people who commit the mass murder obviously do not, that none of them do. And the idea too, like you were pointing out, that since most of the people who are committing the gun violence are gangbangers and career criminals, they're not exactly going out and legally buying firearms in the first place.
Right. If I remember correctly, the statistic for the percentage of gun-related homicides, not including suicide, that were gun-related is 80%.
You mean gang-related?
Yes. I'm sorry. What did I say?
You said gun-related. The gun-related crimes that are gun-related are 83%.
Gun-related homicides, not including suicides, 80% of them are gang-related.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. I thought I'd been drinking for a second there. Sorry.
That's all right.